Well, happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome back to Tim's Corner Motorsports and Vidane TV, and welcome back to the TCM Weekly iRacing Series. It's round number 7 at Nashville Fairgrounds in the good old US of A, and we had a little off week for the iRacing. We had the dirt iRacing last Wednesday, so all the boys have had a little time to rest up, the boys and girls, should I say here, but this is the second to last round of this weekly racing series. I'm Dylan Langille from Riverside International Speedway, the heart of a champion hot rod classics, Valley Raceway, and whatever racetrack will take me as the announcer. My broadcast colleague, my partner in crime, Mikey James, is running a little bit behind, or he's sleeping, I don't know. So we got my other good buddy and my other partner in crime here, Paul Showtime Strickland Jr., our producer, but he may have to hop in as like the Jerry Lawler to my Jim Ross occasionally. How are you?
I'm doing all right, Dylan. Great to be here tonight. Off week last week. Pretty cool to see the guys in the Pro Invitational NASCAR series there run a little bit of the dirt racing out in Bristol. We saw it here first on Vidane TV with Tim's Corner Motorsports putting that special event on, but really cool to see it make primetime TV as they were on FS1 last week in TCM north of the wall there. But back here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, little Tim's Corner Motorsports Weekly Racing Series, race number 7. You said it. This is it. One more race to go, and we're gonna wrap up season number 2 here on Vidane TV. So pretty excited about it.
As far as I understand, Mike Alexander, who is the point leader coming into tonight's race, is not racing this evening. But that's okay because every driver gets a drop race. So Mike Alexander, Tim told me that he's not here. Brett Suggs coming into tonight's races, second in points with 545. Rational Richard Drake in third, not far behind as well. And tonight it's the last Triple Crown race, but it's pretty much set in stone that Dustyn Mombourquette is going to win that money, and he's one fast son of a gun right now. If you're watching qualifying here and seeing the ticker move, Dustyn Mombourquette is the fastest cat on the track in front of Rational Richard Drake. Essentially, Dustyn just has to race tonight, and he's going to win the extra $100 prize bonus for the Triple Crown event because he went 2 for 2. We'll see if he can go 3 for 3 later on tonight. You can see Rational Richard Drake in second. How about Brandon Campbell in the 99? He's qualifying third so far. Top 8 are moving on to the main event tonight. That's 75 laps. We should have 3 heat races with the top 3 advancing, and then 2 hooligan races, last chance qualifiers, with the top 4 moving on. So yes, this is basically setting up our championship night, which will be coming up next week, 8:30 Atlantic Standard Time, here on Vidane TV and also on Tim's Corner Motorsports. And that's going to be a big old 200-lap race here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Pretty exciting, and going to wrap up this part of the season as we're getting ready for the real racing season, Paul. My racetrack, Riverside Speedway, was showing off photos of the high banks today. They could have had a race today here in Nova Scotia. It was lovely weather.
Yeah, you and I were we were actually just talking about the real racing weather here before we came on air, and looking forward to the end of April, the last weekend of April here, Stafford Motor Speedway, my home track, is going to be opening up, and actually we're moving closer to Waterford Speed Bowl. I was actually looking at Google Maps. We're going to be about 10-15 minutes from there, so we'll be checking that out as well here. They usually run Wednesday, Thursday nights, so gives me something to do there. But speaking of racing, it looks like we're getting ready to go racing here, lining up heat race number 1 behind, well, the non-gender, non-manufacturer specific iRACING pace car.
Just the generic car that's going to pace the field here. So Dustyn Mombourquette has grabbed the pole. He's going to be starting first tonight. Richard Drake starting second. Brandon Campbell will be starting third. Tanton Woolridge fourth. Brett Suggs second in points. He'll be starting fifth. Ashton Tucker, Craig Tully, and Chris Roma don't have to race, and heat race is coming up, which means Chris's brother Travis will start on the pole for heat race number 1, and on his outside will be, if I can load my ticker here, Caden Tufts in the 88 car. Derek Gates in the 024 is going to start third. Daniel Vitch in the 29 starting fourth. Cody Moorcroft in the 80 is going to be starting fifth. Aaron Head from the South Shore, he's going to be starting in the 66 in 6th place. Mark Williams in the 42, and Taylor Layton at the back of the field in the number 27. 8 cars, and again, the top 3 are moving on to the feature coming up here in just a little bit, and not as many cars as we usually have. It could be the off week. It could have been the nice weather. Maybe some drivers getting ready for fishing season, which kicks off tomorrow here in Nova Scotia. If you're watching on Vidane TV, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, or if you're on Tim's Corner Motorsports, leave a comment below. Let us know who you're rooting for, how your day went, and are you getting all fired up for racing season? I know, Paul, this is usually the time of year where the drivers and teams are really putting in the effort to work on their cars because, they may have been taking the winter a little easy, and now it's trying to play catch-up, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's one of those things you never actually think race season's going to be here, especially after the year we had last year with the COVID pandemic and all the racing that didn't happen in real life. So it's going to sneak up fast, just like this green flag's getting ready to come out. The green flag in the real season's going to come right up, and everybody's going to be working on the cars and really getting that jam session, getting everything done, hopefully before they get to the track. But green flag is in the air, and Roma, great hole shots up front. He's got about a half a car length over Caden Tufts there, and at the number 88 car, almost right in his rear tire tracks, drifting up just a little bit. And there you can see Derek Gates in the 024 trying to close that gap up, pretty much single file throughout these 8 cars.
Well, thank you very much, sir, and you're going to be controlling the replay booth tonight, so until Mikey James shows up, I can handle a little bit of the play-by-play here, and you can control all the wrecks when they happen. And hopefully there's not too many. These wrecks, the races can be a little wreck-filled up here, as it is a new super late model they're using with iRACING, so the control's a little different. We've heard some drivers mention it's almost impossible to pass on the outside now with these new cars, even here at Nashville Fairgrounds, which would usually be about a 2-groove track before the old super late model. So it seems like you really got to elbow your way to get around a driver, and you may have to give a little bit of a bumper to move him out of the way. And we can see Derek Gates is all over the back of young Caden Tufts as Travis Roma is getting away from the rest of the field. And again, this is setting up a 75-lap main event coming up tonight, and we've got some extra races too with the LCQs. That's always fun to see a little last chance romance. And Derek Gates is right in the position he wants to be in third, looking to try and capture second. Oh, someone kissed the wall behind the 024. Cody Moorcroft pancaked that wall hard, and he has drifted away from the number 24. He was starting to catch up to him a little bit, but now he's fallen back as we're seeing how pushed in that number 80's right side is. Now we're back up to the battle for second. Oh, brother, he's crooked. And he is Caden Tufts, and now he is going to give up P2 to the number 024, Derek Gates there, Mr. Showtime.
Side by side for P2. You can see Tufts up high, and after a little bit of a wiggle there, lost it back into the race car, really pinching Gates down. Oh, spins on around. That is not good. Spins from the 3rd position. Caution flag is going to fly here. We'll take a quick peek. It does look like Tufts is going to be able to grab a gear, but we're going to take our very first look here at the Kong Beer Bong Instant Replay. Be sure to check those guys out at kong.twodrunk.net. Be the life of the party and show up with one of my favorite party favors. It makes a lot of beer disappear very, very quickly, and it's a pretty cool little trick. But take a look here at the replay, side by side. There you can see it battling for that second position. Both in a transfer position, so just trying to put on a show here. You can see the contact there and losing the 88's rear end, so gets him spun around. No damage other than a little bit of pancake action there on the right side of the car, but doesn't hit anything else. Nobody else hits him. Grabs a gear, drives on away. Going to be tough to see if he can make it up through this 8-car field into a transfer position. Might have better luck in the last chance qualifier here coming up before the feature.
Yeah, on that most likely, but we are under caution. First caution of the evening. Just looking through the comment section here on the TCM feed on Tim's Corner Motorsports, and Tom McDonald wrote, is the IWK 250 a go this year? Well, Tom, as far as I know, yes. I can't tell you exactly what the event's going to look like since it's usually a 3-day event. As long as the Atlantic Bubble is here, hopefully that's coming by April 19th, and we did have one race last year at Riverside. I imagine there will be some sort of racing. I just don't know if it's going to be the traditional IWK 250. There may be some modifications, and it's going to really depend. So just keep posted on Facebook, and we'll let you know here on TCM how that's going, and of course we'll have the all latest updates with that too. As we're focusing on the virtual racing here tonight, Mr. Showtime, and this could be a little good battle here for second and third, I think, as the 38 seems like he's got a little bit of a better car than the rest of the field. Cody Moorcroft and Derek Gates going for second and third. That could be pretty nice. And we're also going to have another car mixed in here. Looks like it's going to be Mark Williams in the 42 right behind. So there's a chance for old Marky Boy to try and get in this race.
And there you can see that chromed out number 27 car, Taylor Layton. Really good-looking paint scheme on the 27 car. And it's going to be a good opportunity to see what the number 80 of Cody Moorcroft can do, being up front in contact with the leaders. He pancaked that the side of that car hard into the wall a few laps prior to the caution. So it'll be a wonder if he was able to still hold on to the third, fourth position, or fourth position where he was running. But it'll be a wonder to see how he matches up speed-wise with the 38 and the 024. But the pace car is going to make that left-hand turn. Great jump there by Travis Roman, the 38. Gone and away. He's going to pull the 024 with him. But Moorcroft's still down low. He's taking a peek in the inside for P2.
Yeah, and I'm really curious if that damage on the right-hand side will mess around with his car, but he is getting away from Mark Williams, and he was closing in a little bit there on Derek Gates as we're coming up to the final lap here in heat race number 1. Travis Roma's got a little bit of a lead in front of the 024 car, and it's single file into turn 1 and 2. Will Mark Williams be able to catch up? As it sits right now, it looks like that's going to be a no, as a few drivers are trying to gain as many positions as they can at the moment, and winning the first heat race tonight will be Travis Roma in the 38 car, Gates and Moorcroft finishing second and third, and they'll go right to the 75-lap feature. Mark Williams, Caden Tufts, they were catching up a little bit after their spin. Caden Tufts and the rest of the field will have to go through a last chance qualifier if they want to make our main event tonight. So there we go, just easy peasy like that. Heat race number 1 is all done with one caution after Caden Tufts spun it coming into turn number 2. And again, I don't think our point leader, Mike Alexander's here, so that could shake things up a bit, but you have to remember there is the drop race as we're coming towards the end of iRacing season. And I mentioned a little while ago, our TCM All-Star Showcase will be coming up in April, which is going to be a huge event. Thursday, April 15th, we've got 23 drivers already qualified. Could we have a couple extra? We're going to be racing at the legendary New Smyrna Speedway, and that's going to be a heck of a time. Some of the best in iRacing, some of your favorites on the real racetrack. That's coming up April 15th here on Vidane TV and Tim's Corner Motorsports. And event sponsorship opportunities are available. If you'd like to get in touch with Tim, you can contact him via the TCM Facebook page. Okie doke, well, this is heat race number 2, and we've got Mac Daddy, formerly Mr. Perfect, Keith McClellan, starting first. In second, Wade Craswell. Mikey Rhino in the 34 car, he's starting third. John Gahan in the 16 starting fourth. Justin Robichaux in the 93 will be starting fifth. Trevor Smith, the son of the old outlaw, starting sixth. Craig Kenny in the number 90 starting seventh. And Jake Scrivens in the number 4 starting shotgun on the field. Top 3 advance to the 75-lap feature coming up here very, very soon, as we'll believe we have another heat race coming up, and then we'll go to our LCQs. Get ready to fire off here. Mac Daddy in the Bud Light machine sees the green flag in the air to turn 4, and we're hammering down this front stretch.
Great jump there by Keith McClellan. That 30 Bud Light machine has the lead over Mike Rhino, but Mike Rhino wants it right on the back bumper, trying to peek on the high side, maybe get a little bit of air onto the nose of that car, kind of push him down, help him out with the grip just a little bit. And you can see just running a little bit different line than the number 30. You give that lap to the number 30 of the Bud Light machine there, Keith McClellan. But just as strong as Rhino is, you can see the third place car, the 67 Wade Craswell, all over the back bumper of him. Three-way dance for the lead, and you can see Craswell kind of goes a little bit wide there, loses a little bit of momentum, but still holding on to that third spot.
Mike Rhino is our most recent winner here with the Weekly Racing Series. He won 2 weeks ago during the doubleheader night. He actually won the race. Had a little wreck fest, so he was one of the strongest cars, and he survived, and he has punched his ticket to the TCM All-Star Showcase, and he's not too far off the point lead, so he can land himself a decent point finish. And there's a little money at the end of the year here, Paul. So all these drivers, it'll pay for your iRacing subscription if you get a decent finish. And, it might buy a case of beer, too. But look at this. The 34 car kind of pulling a Jeff Gordon here. Look at this. You can see the 34 getting some pressure now from Wade Craswell in the 67. He's closing right in on the 34's bumper.
Craswell really able to close into the back bumper of Rhino going into the corners, but Mike Rhino just does a great job driving off. You can see just aiming right for that outside wall there. A couple cars back, you can see someone aimed a little bit too well with that outside wall. Doing a great job holding a real steady line. Craswell can get about to the back bumper. Doesn't seem like he's pressing the issue now, though. He's got a little bit of a cushion behind him. We're already halfway through this heat race. You don't necessarily want to push the issue. Yeah, the heat race wins are cool, but at the end of the day, they don't really pay the bills like the big show does. So you want to make sure that you keep the car in one piece and you get into one of those transfer spots early. Not have to worry about going in through the last chance qualifier here coming up.
Yeah, I'll always shout about respect, and, it's a heat race. You don't want to go too crazy and ruin someone else's day, throwing them in a last chance qualifier. So things are calm and tame up front with Keith McClellan, a little bit of a lead in front of the 34 car, Mike Rhino. And Wade Craswell, and Wade has been showing he's got a little bit of speed in that 67, but he backs off as the number 16 of John Gahan, a little further behind. He's kind of in the middle between two battles currently, and with only 4 laps to go, he's got to try and find some extra horsepower, or maybe slide that little lead under the boot there and really push down on that gas pedal, because he is running out of time to try and make the main show without having to go through another race. But we've also heard that some drivers, they don't mind doing the extra race. They like the experience and really getting a handle of the cars. We saw Brett Suggs actually qualify for the race tonight, and he's a driver who has been struggling in qualifying with this TCM Weekly iRacing series. Now he's made the main show. He's going to have a good points day, hopefully, and he could take the point lead away from Mike Alexander at the end of it all. 2 laps to go, and you can see the burners being turned up on the back of the number 34 Mike Rhino as Craswell sticks a nose in, and Rhino realizes, yeah, this guy's a little faster than me. I'm going to let him go. There's no point trying to race, and now he's going to cut down, but he may have cut down a little too much. Something wrong on the 34 car. What is happening? Does he want to race in the LCQ for some reason? I don't know, but he has dropped all the way to the back of the field. A problem for Mike Rhino. Not a problem for Keith McClellan, though, in the 30. He'll cross the start-finish line. And first, Wade Craswell will finish second, and finishing third will be John Gahan in the 16 car. Oh, yeah, we may have to get Tim in here to ask what happened to the 34.
Yeah, not entirely sure. You can see there on your screen, finished in the 7th position. See if we can get in touch with Tim Terry, race officials, real quick. What happened to the 34? Any idea?
We're thinking he ran out of fuel. We're thinking that he had it set up for qualifying, and it's an open setup, so they can drop it as low as they can. That's the only thing we can think of. There was no penalty, no nothing assessed from us.
Oh, there you have it. Out of fuel for the number 34 of Mike Rhino.
And And that's the cool thing about iRacing, Paul, is that you can customize your car with this open setup. And we always hear at the real racetrack about fuel and the weight, and you want to get that right. You don't want to have too much fuel in it because it's going to bog your car down. But then if you have not a lot of fuel in there, sure, you may be flying around like a son of a gun, but you might run out of gas with about 2 laps to go. And good thing it happened in a heat race, right? Not the real thing. So Mike Rhino, if you're a Mike Rhino fan, they're going to have to race in the LCQ coming up. But that should be pretty exciting. This is heat race number 3. John Byron in the 157 on the pole for this one. Riley Duncan, a street stock racer in New Brunswick. He's going to be starting second on the outside. From Newfoundland, actually 2 Newfoundlanders on row number 2. Bob Hutchings in the 77 and Jason Goss in the 41 car. Dave Cassidy starting in 5th. Cadence Frizzell, young driver. Alex Johnston's kid, raced the Valley Raceway once. He's going to be starting in 6th in the 196. Martin Landry and Tony Wright at the back of the field in 7th and in 8th. So we just saw a wild ending for heat race number 2 with a car running out of gas. I wonder if this could happen again here in heat race number 3 as they're going to warm up the tires and try and get as much speed on the entry of this corner, and pardon me, the exit of turn 4 and the entry of the front stretch, because that always seems to be the case. What you really need to pick up on is getting that speed out of turn 4 on the start. They try and build up a little lead to get away. So the number 57, Byron, will start first. And we heard, Tim told me, he didn't tell you watching right now, that there's most likely 2 last chance qualifiers, but we'll get the confirmation before we go to those races. We do know there's a 75-lap main event coming up tonight, the last Triple Crown event. Dustyn Mombourquette on the pole, and he has a chance to win an extra 100 bones. And the green flag is back out now here at Nashville Fairgrounds for the 57 of John Byron, and Riley Duncan already on the outside makes a clean pass, and he'll grab first.
Good looking paint scheme there for the 97 of Riley Duncan, sporting the Verdane TV logo there in front of the number with Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing on the hood of that car. Not the only place he races here at Tim's Corner Motorsports Weekly. Finished P2 and won 2 races over at ITZR, and he won the championship for the Outlaw Series after winning 5 out of 8 races. And oh, by the way, currently sitting 6th in points for the Tim's Corner Motorsports Weekly Racing Series here, headed into tonight's race number 7. Pretty quick late model there, the number 97. Very proud to have the Verdane TV logo on that. And Riley's doing a great job holding on to the lead right now. He's got about 5 or 6 car lengths over second place John Byron.
And he was just on TCM Live not that long ago. So if you want to watch an interview with Riley Duncan, just go back in the videos on Tim's Facebook, and you'll be able to find that and hear from a great young driver here in the Maritimes. And he is growing his lead in front of John Byron. And how about Bob Hutchings in 77? Right now he is in 3rd, and he's had some heartbreak in these heat races. If I remember correctly, he was not doing too shabby at one point, and got caught up in a little mess. And he's from Newfoundland, and by God, straight from Newfoundland, it looks like my compadre has joined us here.
Oh, let me get the door. Mikey's here with the beers.
Do I get intro music? I brought beer.
No, you were late.
Pizza. Well, you know what? The little fella, 4 years old, you know, he was going around and around and around at the luggage cart. But so we got caught up at the airport. But we're here. We're in Nashville. Took a week holiday. It's nice to be back. But it looks like we got Riley Duncan on top of the board. 97 machine is halfway mark, the leader.
Mike, you took a week and 23 minutes off.
Yeah, dude, like it's been a rough week, you know. Easter's coming up, birthdays, you know, when you got 20 kids, you know, lots of birthdays in session. So, but it's glad to be back. But big night here in Nashville, Dylan. Who you got dibs on?
Well, I don't know Mike Alexander. He is not in this race, and he came in as the point leader. So that's going to make things up. And Brett Suggs already qualified for the race, so he has got a little easier night so far. Doesn't have to race as much. So I don't know. It's we're going to have to really wait and see how these heat races finish up and how the LCQs work out. But right now we got Riley Duncan in front of the 157 John Byron. And I was mentioning Bob Hutchings. Mike, you know, he's had a little rough go here in iRacing. He'll be in the right position, and then he'll get messed up in someone else's mess. I found that's been happening to him quite a bit.
Yeah, he's had some success here in the simulator, but he is one of those veterans that are learning new tricks. You know, you can teach an old dog some new tricks, and he is one of them. This guy goes all the way back to the dirt. We've talked about him before, and it'll be exciting to see what he has for us for the main event, as he is in that position number 3, so not looking too bad for him here tonight. With 3 to go here, Riley Duncan, Jason Goss falling off, the other Newfoundland native here, falling off the ladder here, going all the way back to P6, but Dave Cassidy on a hunt right now for the 77 of Hutchins.
Yeah, and it may be too little too late. In fact, there's a giant stretch of racetrack between the 77 and the number 13. The white silk is in the air for Riley Duncan, grabbing the lead on the start on the outside. And now he's punched his ticket to the 75-lap feature coming up here on Bedane TV and TCM. Riley Duncan wins heat race number 3. John Byron and Bob Hutchings are going to be joining him in the main event tonight.
Going to be a dandy to see the 77 join the field here and not have to go to that LCQ. But big win for Riley Duncan in the 97. Great to see him at top of the board.
Now we're going to be moving on to some LCQs, and I believe we are going to have 2 coming up.
I'm going to get in trouble here.
Wait.
No, you're not in trouble. Dylan, 1B main, 25 laps. We're taking the top 9.
Top 9. So there we go.
Woo. Well, see, I thought for sure I was going to get fired just then.
You can do whatever you want, apparently, then.
Well, if I didn't get fired for that, so let's go. Vegas we go. Vegas bound. Let's go.
So it looks like we're going to have 15 cars in this last chance qualifier, and P9 is going to be the big position. Let's go through your starting lineup. Mark Williams in that nice gear wrench number 42, starting on the pole for this last chance qualifier, 25 laps as mentioned. Dustyn Mombourquette in the 93, starting on the outside of the front row.
13 machine of Dave Cassidy. He's been pretty quick this season, so it'll be interesting to see what he has for us in row number 2 on the inside. He'll have the Prince Edward Island native, the 88 of King Tufts, to the outside of 2.
Craig Kennedy in the number 9, he's starting in 5th, and Martin Landry in the number 20, starting 6th.
Row 4 on the inside, Taylor Layton in the 27. He'll have Trevor Smith in the 44 to the outside.
P9, the bubble position is Jason Goss, and he is in the 41 car. Daniel Fitch in the 29, starting on his outside. Mike Rhino, Cadence Frizzell, Aaron Hebb, Jake Scrivens, and Tony Wright rounding out the field. And Mike, I don't know if you were watching right before you hopped on here, but Mike Rhino ran out of gas in second with 2 laps to go in his heat race. So we're thinking he maybe messed up his setup here for the heat race, and now he's got to go through an LCQ. But he's got a lot of wiggle room. He's just got to finish in the top 9, and he'll move on.
We've seen that just recently, a car running out of fuel on the heat race. Wasn't Bob Hutchings in Martinsville or somewhere along the way? But,
somewhere, yeah.
in the not so far distant history, I recall that happening. But we're going to get set to go. Pace car is exited, that gender-neutral pace car, a beautiful iRACING brand new pace car. Out of the way, Mark Williams shots out of the cannon. He's got Dustyn Mombourquette in the P2 chasing down with Dave Cassidy on the bottom here. He's got some company to the outside. 88, Caden Tufts going door to door down the backstretch.
And a few of these drivers further on back are going to have their hands and their work cut out for them. But so far, Mike Rhino, that guy I'm telling you about who's got to go through this last chance qualifier, already up to 10th. And look out! We had one car completely crooked, and that was Dave Cassidy in the 13. I don't know if he just hooked the track a little wrong, but big hit for him. And these drivers they're all over the track right now. It kind of looks like Talladega at the moment. They're trying to go high, go low, and a driver like Trevor Smith had to really hang on to it there, and he is drifting back now.
You know, we don't see a lot of aerodynamics here in Nashville. It's a bit of a shorter track, but we're seeing these guys dip out from the back bumper here and kind of getting into that clean air and losing a little bit of control. They need to grip onto that there, and there it is again. I think that's Cassidy into the wall. Or no, it is not Cassidy.
Trevor Smith.
Oh, okay. Just pick one.
A couple guys. Who don't pick Mark Williams, though, because the guy who's in the car. Mark Williams, though, has got a big lead in front of Dustyn Mombourquette in the 93 car. And I know what you mean, Mike. We're seeing these drivers trying to get that clean air, but we've also heard with these new super late models, it's near impossible to pass someone on the outside now once they're really running. You almost got to give a little bumper to them, or you really got to get a good run on them on the backstretch.
Yeah, this iRacing simulator is a bit of a curveball for our drivers with the update. Just probably 3 weeks ago, I believe, when the new Super Lake came in. Those that tuning in that don't know a lot about the simulator, these guys are tweaking. This is a open setup, so these guys are practicing throughout the week. When they come in between sessions, we're also adjusting air pressure. Totally, it's wide open, just like real life, and a lot of parameters on these cars. So track conditions change throughout the sessions, and we'll see some of these drivers make a few adjustments. Those that were in the qualifier are not getting these laps in. Some of these guys that have qualified now have seen 2 sessions here at Heat Race and LCQ, so they had a little bit of a peek of what to expect for track conditions once we go to the main event.
You just saw a pass there. That was the 29 car of Daniel Vitch going around Martin Landry. So now Martin Landry is the man on the bubble position in the number 20. It looks like he's a number 29 on the track, though. But he is now in 9th, and he'll have Tony Wright and David Cassidy trying to catch up to him. And it looks like, well, now David Cassidy is caught up to the number 20 of Martin Landry. I was just going to mention, it looked like there was a little bit of space, and he's up the track high, wide, and handsome. Makes a little contact there with the number 13, and now the 13 takes away P9, and he is driving away like he stole it.
Yeah, and man on the move right now, Jason Goss, quickest car on the track there the last couple laps. So he's taking over that P6. Mike Rhino, who, like you said, ran out of gas. We're having a peak at the 41 and the 34 of Mike Rhino right now, as they had not qualified earlier on and now fighting in the LCQ, but in a pretty decent spot right now as long as everything stays somewhat calm and composed here as we hit the cross flags halfway here in the final LCQ. 9 are going to make the show, and 6 going to be sitting from the grandstand.
Just got to correct myself there. I was saying that that Dave Cassidy made the pass for 9th. He's a lap down. Dylan forgot. But that means the number 09 is now in 9. So that is fact, not fake news. Tony Wright just made the pass around the number 20 car, around Martin Landry. So now Tony Wright has made the pass. And there's something not right on that number 20 Martin Landry machine. He's been falling back consistently. I don't know if he kissed the wall pretty hard. Doesn't look like there's a ton of damage on the 29, but again, this is an open setup race, so something is not right on that 29 car, and he is just falling back, and now he's out of the transfer spot.
Yeah, maybe the crew chief may have to get fired on this one, but that's what's so cool about the iRacing simulator, like we talked about just earlier on, about the open setups, the amount of parameters that some of these guys got spotters, some of these guys got crew chiefs, so that when they do go into pit road, the driver can concentrate on what he's best at. So I'm not sure how many of these guys are running a full team, but some of them are doing it all by themselves, which is even more challenging. I know, talking to Corey Hall and some of the other athletes, these guys do everything from actually dealing with fuel and everything coming down pit road. Have a hard time.
Yeah, and we're actually. That's fine. You were late. It's okay. You just got to play catch up, anyways. In fact, you were mentioning about Corey Hall there, Mike. That's a driver who's also not here tonight, and Danny Chisholm too. So some of the CHR stablemates are not here tonight, along with Mike Rhino Mike Alexander and Scott Alexander, and you can just see Martin Landry riding the wall at this point. So there wasn't a lot of damage in the 29. Now there's quite a bit of damage on the. Well, that's not going to help it any. So he's just all over the track. He's almost in the peanut gallery trying to grab a hot dog or something. Coming up to 5 laps to go with Mark Williams dominating this lone LCQ race as we're still keeping an eye there on the number 29. We got to do a drinking game of how many times to hit the wall around the track. I think there were 3 or 4 solid there on that lap. With the 42, he's got a big old lead in front of Justin Robichaux, and they're battling it out right now by themselves at the moment. No competition for Justin Robichaux. Further back, you can see Craig Kenny, a little bit of pressure there from Caden Tufts, but the top 9 are advancing, and that is back-ended by Tony Wright in the 09 car, Mike.
And you mentioned a lot of these guys are missing here tonight, but many of them are working on real race cars now, getting ready for the season. With 4 to go here, Mark Williams still dominating this one, but very interesting to hear so many of the drivers missing here tonight. So hopefully they're working on those real race cars as they prepare for the launch here of Victoria Day weekend coming around the corner.
It's going to be coming up sooner than later. We're almost in April. April Fool's Day is tomorrow, and then the countdown is on to racing season. And Mike, if the Atlantic bubble is open, there's a chance I'm getting behind the wheel of another car.
Well, if the Atlantic bubble opens, you're coming to Newfoundland and celebrating some advanced auto parts NASCAR racing down here in the Rock. Have you seen that we made it into the challenge, the NASCAR version of Hockeyville? Eastbound Park needs your vote, so check that out, advancemytrack.com. I hope you've been voting every day, Dylan.
You just reminded me I got to do it for today. You just reminded me that I got to do that. So as soon as we're done this, I'm going to be doing that here. And we'll have to remind Mark Williams to do it too, because he's going to be getting a little bit of a break now. He is going to make the 75-lap main event. Williams will win this race. Robichaux and Kenny finishing out the top 3. Caden Tufts, Taylor Layton, Jason Goss, Mikey Rhino, Daniel Bitch, Tony Wright. They're going to the 75-lap main event here shortly. Martin Landry, well, he's got lots of time to vote for Eastbound. He will not be in the race.
Let's beat our cheerleader and start cheering him on. With a great big G and a great big go, let's go. Main event coming around the corner here, Dylan.
Oh, I can't wait. We've been had a little break ski, got to watch the dirt iRacing last week, which I think actually went better than the real race. It wasn't as many cautions and didn't rain as much, but that's with iRacing. You can race no matter the weather, and it looks like a virtually beautiful day in Nashville at the Fairgrounds Speedway legendary short track, and hope to see the Cup Series and all the trucks and all the Xfinity cars land here very soon. But we've got the virtual cars on track, starting off with the Triple Crown Man of the Hour, Dustyn Mombourquette from Ontario, starting on the pole. Rational Richard Drake in the 141 on his outside.
On the inside of row number 2, the 99 from, I believe that's Northern New Brunswick, the 99 machine, also half Newfoundlander, by the way. Brandon Campbell, he'll have the Islander Young Gun Bandolier driver, the 56 of Tam Woolridge, to the outside of P4.
The lone American, Brett Suggs from North Kakalaki in the 33, starting 5th. And young Ashton Tucker, champion of the first iRacing series of TCM, he's starting 6th.
Craig Tully from Nova Scotia on the inside of row number 4 in the 5. He'll have Chris Roma, one of the Roma brothers, in the 83.
Travis Roma won the first heat race. He's starting 9th with Keith McClellan in the 30. And to the rest of the field, Riley Duncan, Derek Gates, Wade Cresswell, John Byron, Cody Moorcroft, John Gahan, Bob Hutchings, Mark Williams, Justin Robichaux, Craig Kenny, Caden Tufts, Taylor Layton, Jason Goss, Mikey Rhino, Daniel Vitch, and Tony Wright at the back of the field. 26 super late models going to pace around this beautiful short track in Nashville. You were asking me about my favorite earlier, Mike. I got a feeling that Rational Richard's going to have a good night. Didn't have a great night 2 weeks ago, especially with the doubleheader. And the second doubleheader, there was a lot of wrecks. I think he can rebound pretty well here. What about you?
He's been dominant, throughout this whole season. He was pretty sharp in 2020, but 2021, he really sharpened that pencil, and he's been Mr. Perfect one night this so far, and he's been close to that Mr. Perfect twice. So we'll see what he has for us. But Dustyn Mombourquette is also one of those Mr. Perfect drivers, several of them throughout the 2021 season. So excited to see what happens here as we get green. It's all Dustyn Mombourquette in the 16. As look at that, Brandon Campbell is going to roll in and take P2 and rip it away from Rational Richard Drake as Campbell gets on the hammer all over the back bumper and trying to take away that P1 from Mombourquette.
You can just see the inside line is the line you need to be on, even on a start of a race, and most likely a restart is now Rational Richard Drake going to cross over the 99 car and try and take P2. Meanwhile, Dustyn Mombourquette's going to get in front, and oh no, Campbell and Rational Richard Drake tangle in the backstretch. This is going to cause a little pile up.
Throw the yellow. Hey, that's going to bring in our good buddy Paul. I haven't talked to him all night. Maybe because I was late.
Maybe. There are cars all over the place, right at the entrance there at Pit Road. Good opportunity to bring up the Kong Beer Bong Instant Replay. Check those guys out at kong.twodrunk.net. Be the life of the party. Bring in one of my new favorite party favors, and makes a lot of beer go down very quickly. And that's one of my favorite pastimes. Drinking a nice cold beer. And Benane TV, Tim's Corner Motorsports always reminds you to drink responsibly. Gonna take a look at the replay here from the blimp view. And you can see Rational Richard Drake down low, Brandon Campbell up high, and a couple of cars going for the same piece of real estate. It looks like Campbell comes down just a little bit there in the 99. He gets a tag there from Craig Tully. A couple of other cars piling on in, and everybody else towards the back of the back doing a good job getting on the binders, slowing their cars up, making sure they don't pile into anybody. It is a simulation, but you never want to damage any of the cars. There you see Tully down on the inside wall. That's the Chris Roma machine, the 38 down there, stuck in the wall as well. So a lot of bent-up race cars here on lap number 4, but still plenty of time for these guys to try and make their way back up towards the front.
Mike, I'm just putting in my vote right now for Eastbound.
There you go. All those fans tuning in, you got to let us know on Facebook that you voted for us. AdvanceMyTrack.com. Check out the video for Eastbound International. One of 2 Canadian tracks vying for this big championship. It's the Hockeyville of NASCAR. So it'll be exciting. I actually teased with the guys from Daytona, Dylan, that if we won, I wanted to see if we could get Jeff Gordon and the broadcast team to come to Newfoundland and broadcast with the All-Star team, myself, you, and Tim.
Oh Lord! Can you imagine trying to
how cool would that be?
Can you imagine screeching in Clint Boyer?
We'd have to take Boyer out on a boat, and go cod fishing for sure.
Oh man,
that would be such a funny clip, man.
Oh my gosh, it'd be amazing. It'd be amazing to have him there.
Well, but that can happen if everybody votes.
I just cast my vote, so.
You got to vote 3 times a day, Dylan.
3 times. I can vote 3 times?
3 times a day. Right up till April 27th. So that's... I expect to get at least 70 votes from you.
I'm doing it a second time right now. Well, we got to get back to the race
Let's get back
here.
to the action.
Vote Eastbound. Vote Mayor Quimby. Green flag is back out, and we saw Rational Richard Drake and Brandon Campbell get tangling on the backstretch, and that has thrown Brett Suggs now up to second.
Yeah, Dustyn Mombourquette is going to take control once again here. He's still Mr. Perfect, controlling every lap as we get 7 completed here. Brett Suggs rolling into that P2 after that incident with Brandon Campbell and Rational Richard Drake. Rational Richard Drake now finding himself moving up through the field. Had picked up quite a few spots now, finding himself in P20. Picked up 6 spots there.
He's a driver who can really utilize pit road as we are going to be under caution. I did notice a car was stopped at a turn number 1. And not the same car. It's Cody Moorcroft. But that's going to bring the caution nonetheless. So another early caution here. It was Chris Roma in the 83 car. We'll have to get our old buddy, Mr. Kong himself, Paul Showtime Strickland, to show us brought out the second caution. Bong
Mr. Kong. I kind of like it. We're going to back up the Kong Beer Bong Instant Replay. Might have had something to do with the 83. We're going to back up the old tapes, as it were, and find out. We did see him parked there on the apron, trying to see if there were any other incidents here on track, and it does appear that there was. Looks like a little bit of an incident here between the 77 and the 80 of Moorcroft, and we'll give that to you here from the blimp view. And in this shot, you'll actually be able to see Roma down low on the apron. Not entirely sure what was going on there, but there you can see Bob Hutchings dipping down low. Kind of gets the little piece of the apron there, and no harm, no foul. So that's good news there. Stays right on the yellow line. Coming out of the corner, kind of drifts up just a little bit. Not too bad. And there you can see the 80 actually loses the tail end of the car just a little bit. Kind of bops over into the 77 of Bob Hutchings, and there you can see it might have actually cut a tire on the 80 of Moorcroft as well, as he comes to a screeching halt on that inside wall. And we can see at this point Roma's still sitting on the apron there. There you can see the pace car come out by there. So not entirely sure what went on with Chris Roma, but doesn't appear to be in the race any longer.
Took a nap, or he was probably voting for Eastbound.
That's what it was. He pulled his phone out. You
he
can
was
vote
doing
from your
that.
phone 3 times daily, so make sure you take care of that.
I'm going to get fired. Well, we got 11
I'm watching your buddy
completed.
Pat Squires. I'm watching the video right now.
You know what? I just got a video. Actually, Tony Stewart just sent us a video, actually. A shout-out to Pat and the team. So I guess we're getting close to season start because everything is really cranking right now. And I'm sure everybody at Antigonish and Scotia Speed World and Miramichi and 660 and just everybody is just jacked up because, I mean, it's been such, I'll say it, it was such a shitty year. And,
Yep.
man, everybody is just so jacked up for this season. So I can only imagine. And it would be so awesome to see a couple of races up on the mainland with you guys and actually see you out there in a Dodge Caravan trying to do some figure 8 racing. And I've been talking to my team, Dylan, come October. And I won't go into too much details because there's some Newfoundlanders listening to this broadcast. But we're going to put on a show where I need Demo Dylan in Newfoundland.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I get to pick the car.
Oh boy. Am I going to get the superstar treatment?
You're going to be wearing a Batman suit.
Oh, good. I can't wait. Oh,
Let's
boy.
get this going here. 13, lucky number 13, as the lights are out on the official, what is it, non-gender pace car. Not female, not male. It's 2021. 16, Dustyn Mombourquette going to get it going here. Hammer down as he comes around 3 and 4. He will get the launch here. Keep an eye on Brett Suggs now as he gets the restart onto the outside. He's not going to apply too much pressure to the outside. He's going to half car him here, kind of try to take a peek to see if he can drop to the bottom, but Mombourquette throws the door in front of him. But Brett Suggs having some issues now trying to get around to 16.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be able to do something there, but he let off the gas a little bit. You know, we've got some movers and shakers coming up to the field. How about Travis Roma in the 38? He started 10th. He had to win a heat race to get here, and now he is in 4th at the moment. And I can see Riley Duncan also working his way closer to the top 5. He was a solid son of a gun a little earlier on. So we've got some drivers who won in the heat races, and they're showing they want to try and win the whole thing.
Yeah, and it's great to see Ashton Tucker finally back up in the riding for a win here. Now in P3, Ashton Tucker, who took the championship in Oxford Plains, has not. It's been pretty quiet in 2021 here in Nashville. So great to see the tube machine of Ashton Tucker now applying pressure to the front. So he obviously had a great qualifying time and put himself in position here. But we got cars upside down. And that's going to bring out a big caution here. Not a little caution.
He's on a lid.
Big bada boom. 024 still on his lid. Going to have to call for the tow truck there. Get that thing reset. He's going to have to do it quick. Get one of those delay of game penalties that we've handed out here in the past year in TCM. But we're going to back up the Kong Beer Bong instant replay, take a little look-ski, see what happened there. And it was an ordeal. This is one of those things we're going to have to take a look at from the blimp. We'll do it in slow motion so we can see exactly what went down there. You can see Rational Richard Drake trying to get underneath Rhino there on the bottom of your screen. But up towards the top there, you see the 88 Caden Tufts getting into the back of Mark Williams there in the 42. He looks like he kind of almost points him in the right direction, but then he bounces off the 024, gets kind of a half flip there and goes about 10-20 feet on his roof there. Mike Rhino doing a great job. There you see the 09 slowing down as well, making sure they don't hit anything. And well, you guys know the rules. Anytime somebody goes on their lid or leaves their wheels, we got to take a look from the inside view, and we'll look on the onboard here for the 024. There's the smoke. There's the car. There's the wall. There's the pavement.
Oh,
couple of sparks. That's no good. You can turn the wheel all you want. It's not going to do anything if the wheels are pointed in the wrong direction.
And then there's the beer bong.
Then there's the beer bong.
And then a real racetrack, they'd have to get the ambulance driver to check him out. I mean, that's the rule at least at Valley Raceway. You flip over, it doesn't matter if you do Dukes of Hazzard spiral in the air. If you're upside down, they need to check you out right after.
So for a dirt track guy, you must have been excited last week for Bristol, eh?
I was, and I was so bummed about Saturday night. I was eating some dinner, getting ready for a fun night, having some beers, and going to watch the truck race, and then every truck got coated in mud, and then it rained, and then it just kept raining, and then I had to work, so I had to kind of check in and out of the truck race, and I caught most of the cup race, and you know what? I know there was a lot of complaints with it, and people were not exactly happy, and they kind of changed some things on the fly, like single file restart, but guess what? They're going to do it again next year, and they're hopefully going to learn from some of the mistakes they made. And I think they should run that race a little later at nighttime. I know it's the spring and not exactly the warmest time of year, but that should be a race that should start a little later in the evening, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, it's great to hear that it's going to come back because the amount of money that was spent just laying that track down is just unbelievable. But my boy Martin Truex made it stick in the Xfinity run. But unfortunately washed up on that last 2 laps there on the restart. But, it was pretty interesting to see, and excited to see what happens come next year.
Yeah, it's getting me excited for some dirt racing at Valley Raceway. Fingers crossed everything goes well. We're kicking off the weekend after the May long weekend, so you get to do whatever, camp with the family May long weekend, and then we're back at Valley Raceway the weekend right after. So make sure you kind of keep tabs on that, and you can keep track what's going on with Facebook, Valley Raceway, and that should be my first announcing race, I believe, Mike. But I kind of hint there could be a little race up the sleeve here for myself if the Atlantic Bubble opens up. But we got iRACING to take care of here, and Mr. Mombourquette, the number 16, gets another great restart. But here comes Brett Suggs, a little pressure on the outside. Can he get a good run on the backstretch and maybe contend for first on the outside?
Well, he led there for a split second, got the bumper in front as they continue to go door to door. Mombourquette trying to pinch him to the top here and push him out, and that's going to work for him as now he takes it back over that advantage. This 16 of Dustyn Mombourquette knows how to get it done here, battling door to door right with the 33, but great move from the 16 to pinch him up high.
Brett seems to have a really strong car, and he could be laying back a little bit, sort of toying with the number 16. And now there's a new driver in third, and that is Travis Roma, the 38. Really impressed with his run so far, and he's a driver who somewhat flirted with the top 3, and he just hasn't been able to finish up there. It's whether he bad so far.
Well, right now that's an advantage for Brett Suggs as Roma and Suggs part of the RBR team. So 2 teammates now. And unfortunate for Dustyn Mombourquette because he's going to have 2 of those RBR boys picking at the back of him. And I think we lost Dylan.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I just... I touched something trying to... the girlfriend's watching too much Netflix, and my internet was a little laggy.
So you kicked her out the door.
I gave her the boot. She's on the patio right now.
The boot ski. Well, yeah, great great battle going on right now. And there's a lot of activity there at the mid-pack there.
Yeah, we're seeing some great battles here. We're seeing a guy like Richard Drake who started on the outside. He's trying to chisel his way back up to a solid points finish, and he very well can. We still got well over half left, halfway to go here in this race. 75 laps. The penultimate race here for the TCM Weekly iRACING Series.
Yeah, Tully and Kenny are really picking it up here as we're seeing a huge battle right now behind Jason Goss and Mike Rhino. Kenny, Tully, Robichaud, Vitch, all those guys. It's great to see the battles throughout this whole track. And one of the things that Corey Hall had mentioned, with the new Super Late update, a lot of these guys became back on the same playing field, which is exciting to see. So what we're seeing that kind of here throughout this whole field. No one's really running away with this one.
No, we don't want to see one driver completely dominate the race. I mean, for me, when I'm announcing a race, I want to see something clean, but I also want to see a little tussle up front, if you know what I mean. I want to see a few cars going for it. And so far, it's been the Dustyn Mombourquette show in front of Brett Suggs and Travis Roma with Ashton Tucker not too far behind, and Tam Woolridge in 56
battling. Mombourquette,
Come at her.
there you are. In and out just a little bit.
I'm sorry. My internet is just horrible.
You're fired.
My internet's horrible tonight. I know. I'll go away now.
We'll be the Donald Trump. But yeah, this is great to see the battles throughout, and not really, all the way back to the field. There's a bit of separation now on our top 5 here as they come around here for lap 35, getting close to the halfway mark. We'll be cross flags in just a couple here. Dustyn Mombourquette has been perfect. He did lose the lead just for a split second, but he's led all 35 laps here in the main event here in Nashville as part of the weekly series. These guys have been fighting it out here in 2021. Mombourquette got a big win under his belt, but Suggs has not come home victorious yet. Lots of top 3s throughout this 2021 season.
You know what's kind of funny, Mike? When we had the first Triple Crown race, Dustyn Mombourquette won that, and we told him, hey, there's a chance you can win some money, and then he's like, cool, but I'm here for fun. When he won the second Triple Crown race, he said, that money would be pretty cool. His eyes definitely are on the money now, and he's basically got it locked up here. He's going to be winning $100 because since Mike Alexander's not racing tonight, but this is going to help his point total in general. But he's got a whole lot of Brett Suggs all over him, and Brett's going to dive on the inside, looking to sneak that nose underneath the number 16. He's near the door. Will he be clear in about a lap or so?
Well, that almost got a little interesting as Suggs does not like the contact here. He's a bit of a gentleman on the driver's side, but I was hoping to see that repayment of the 33 now pinching the 16 up high, but Suggs obviously going to try the bottom here. He tried the outside, did not work for him as the 16 ended up pushing him out to the way up to the outside, almost up into the marbles. So, but you may see the 33 kind of try to creep to the inside here.
Going into the turns, it looks like Brett will try and slide up a little bit to really cut down and change the apex of his entry and the exit in these turns. And now we're on board with the lone American here, the 33, Brett Suggs. He's got a very fast number 33 machine. And Dustyn Mombourquette trying to pull away. I think he's realizing, okay, Brett's a little faster than I thought he was. There's not a lot of time to mess around here. We are over the halfway point. And there's been a little bit of a green flag stretch here, so we'll see if any lap cars get in the way of the leaders. And there's a 3-way battle for third with Travis Roma in third at the moment with 2 young drivers right behind him, Ashton Tucker and Tanton Woolridge in that black 56 car from Prince Edward Island. He's a little right behind, just trying to stay in line and get a solid top 5 this evening, but he wants to try and get on the podium.
Yeah, it's a great battle for P2 as Roma tries to hold off Ashton Tucker and Tanton Woolridge. I'm just going back to the battle for the lead. With still plenty of to go here with 32 to 31 to go here. I got a funny feeling Suggs is trying to save it. Suggs a little bit quicker on these lap times, about 2/100ths of a second faster than Dustyn Mombourquette. But these guys are really close. Now, in that last one, Dustyn Mombourquette topped them by 1/100th of a second. So pretty close. We're into the 100ths of a second in the difference between the two. This is going to probably brew right to the very end. So be interesting to see as we see them now, I believe, side by side to the front there now, as we see a huge battle right now. Ashton Tucker now going to the outside of Travis Roma, trying to make it work here as they go door to door.
We haven't really seen that top lane develop too much, so we're seeing all kinds of action on the track. As you can see now, the leaders are catching some traffic. Dustyn Mombourquette's got 2 cars directly in front of him and 1 fast car right behind him with Brett Suggs. It's lap 47 to 75 here, the second and last round of the TCM Weekly iRacing Series. Tony right at the top of the track near the leader. Brett Suggs going to try and get a draft off the 09 car. Will that help the 33? He's still within a car length, and I got to agree with you, Mike. I think he's trying to conserve the tires and the overall wear and tear on that 33. He doesn't want to commit too much at the moment. Wants to save his stuff for the last dance here.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely conservation right now, because I believe he could have probably taken that lead away, but he's being smart here now. He probably did not want to have that pressure from the 16 for the final 35, but we have caution here. Caution out here on lap number 49, and John Gahan is showing on pit road. So we're going to bring in Paul to take us back in time.
Yeah, taking a quick look, it looks like it might be the 93 of Dustyn Mombourquette here. So we're going to back up the Kong Beer Bog instant replay, take a look, see why exactly he's parked in the wrong direction. And it looks like, well, it's hard to tell going in reverse there if there was any contact. So we'll take a look from the blimp here. You can see 90 up in the wall just a little bit, kind of stuck in that wall glue, so to speak. There you see Mark Williams kind of closing in on the back. And, oh, yeah, there's definitely some contact. The 90 gives him a little bit of a bootski. Sends that 93 around right into the nose there of Mark Williams. A little bit of a tap, not that big of a hit. There you can see the 27 skating on by. Very, very close call there. Danny Vitch, and then the 29 gets by. Hutchings gets by, and there you can see the 93 just kind of slows it down slowly and finally comes to a stop. There we go. Down there on the apron. That's going to bring out the caution here on lap number 51.
24 to go. Woo!
So we're gonna have a little bit of a little shootout here to finish off this evening.
Well, there's a 2-4 beer on the table, so a beer a lap, Dylan. Let's go.
Oh, buddy.
With our sponsor, Kong Beer Bong. We got 24 bongs.
Yeah, my brother, my 19-year-old or 20, however old he is, brother, the brother that's allowed to drink legally now, he was telling me about the Kong last weekend. He says, hey, my buddy got one of these things. And I'm like, my gosh, did he get it with the Vidane TV code?
What is that code? Tangly. And how do we spell it, Paul?
Well, you can use Tangly in the Vidane TV shop. That gets you 10% off. Tangley. To get the... I don't believe there's a discount with Kong, but to give us the credit, do the kong.2drunk.net. That'll bring you up to the affiliate link, and that'll be able to hook you up with the Vidane TV Kong Beer Bong. Gotta tell you, they're a blast.
Probably pretty busy down in spring break this past month.
Oh, I imagine. I'm looking forward to the racing season opening up here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Dylan and I were talking about it before we went on air. We're going to be doing some cool stuff. We're actually going to have a projector as we camp out all 3 nights of the weekend at Stafford Speedway, and going to be showing some Vidane TV races at the racetrack down in the camping section after it gets dark. Obviously, you can't really see a projector outside during the day, but be able to check out some of the NEPS guys. Those guys all run at Stafford Speedway, the New England, Pennsylvania iRACING group. We'll definitely be showing some of these TCM Weekly Racing Series events and probably some East Coast Winter League. Those guys all run in the Northeast as well, and probably just kind of a showcase of all the different clients and leagues that we've had here at Vidane TV, and we are very excited to announce, we don't have any pictures yet because I still haven't lettered the car up, but the Rent-A-Race Car number 6, the street stock, in the Rent-A-Race Car field is going to be sponsored by Vidane TV, and we're going to try and do something a little bit special in the deck lid. We're going to try and get every single league and racetrack that works with us here with iRacing on. I want to get their logos on the deck lid of that race car and just kind of show that we support those that support us. But really looking forward to the 2021 racing season here.
Paul, I got some friends in Connecticut, and I mentioned about the Rent the Race Car, and they knew all about you. So obviously you're doing a great job on the promotion of that ride. For those guys to know about it, it was pretty cool to hear. So we are off to the races once again here. 20 to go here, Dylan, as Dustyn Mombourquette tries to get a Mr. Perfect night. He's dominated throughout this whole 55-lap session, but you got to keep an eye on that Brett Suggs. That's one of the craftiest drivers that we got in the field.
Dustyn is money hungry, man. I'm telling you. Oh, it's contact. A little hit there from Riley Duncan in the 97. And this is going to be another big wreck on the backstretch. To quote Clint Boyer, we got a parking lot out there.
What's that new thing he's got now for the cautions?
How about that?
No.
I don't remember.
It's the beginning of the showcase. He starts talking about the cautions.
Oh. Okay. Well, what happened?
Paul, help me
what
out
happened
here.
I don't know. I'm not sure what he's talking about either, but I do
Come
know
on, Paul.
Riley Duncan got in there just a little bit too hot. Looks like you got the corner panel there of Tanton Woldridge spins him on around, and there you can see Mike Rhino trying to avoid the calamity in front of him. There's Craig Tully getting involved. John Byron, the 157, he gets slammed in there. You can see Mark Williams, he gets a good shot in there. The 27, he gets a shot. There's Derek Gates, the 024, the 09. Bob Hutchings, he piles in. Kind of a who's who in TCM piling into this wreck here. The brake pedals and one in the middle, boys.
It's a party.
Yeah, it's a party, that's for sure.
Dylan, let's use the power of social media. I know there's a NASCAR fan that knows exactly what I'm talking about, this Clint Boyer caution flags or whatever the session they have. Whatever it's called, someone say it in social media land on Facebook. Let us know what the heck I'm talking about so I don't feel like such a douche.
Yeah.
What's it called? Throw it out there. Throw it out there.
Throw it out.
Hey, I told you. That is the power of social media, baby.
That's it.
There
Kathy, you want a bidet TV sticker.
We can make that happen. Kathy Silica from Facebook. Put it out. That's what it was. These microphones work really well when you unmute them.
See,
how about that?
Now we should have another session here where it's like win Mike James's money.
He's got 2 cents.
Win Mike James's case of beer.
Win one of his kids.
No, they're not for sale. Come on, man. They're beautiful. I can get a lot of money for them in China.
Ew.
All right.
So we're just getting the field all set here to try and finish this up. It looks like it could be a 13, 14 lap shootout to the end here.
15 laps. Can the 16 take home the Mr. Perfect night?
Well, he doesn't know who Mr. Perfect is, if you remember. The only driver who knew who Mr. Perfect was Keith McClellan. But how about Rational Richard Drake? He is in 5th now after getting wrecked earlier in this race. My pick.
Your pick? I didn't get.
He was my pick earlier.
Who's your pick?
Well, Rational Richard.
Oh yeah.
Who are you picking? Who are you picking with 13 laps to go?
Let's go with Brett Suggs. He hasn't been to the top yet, and be interesting to see what he has for us.
We'll see. We'll see if he can finally make the deal here with about 13 laps to go when we come around turn 3 and 4. Dustyn Mombourquette's the leader. Green flag is back out. There's Rational Richard. Gets a little bit of a bump there from Wade Craswell in the 67 as all the cars scatter to try and gain as many positions as they can towards the end of this deal. 2 wide for 3 rows. Brett Suggs is still trying to contend for the lead in front, trying to get around the 16 car. Not able to do it. Now he drops behind and he'll have to try another move to get around Dustyn Mombourquette.
Very high, wide, and handsome here as we get close to the final here. 12 laps to go. I believe that's one of your lingos, but Suggs will battle it out for these final 12 laps. I got a funny feeling we're going to have a good brew on the go here.
Could be a strange brew, depending.
Strange brew. Tabernac. Mombourquette's been pretty good, but we got the 09 off the pace here. That's Tony Wright. He's going to get it going, and we are going to stay green with 10 to go here as they come around. This is going to be a wild one. Caution is going to be thrown out on lap 65.
And we'll bring our good buddy in, Paul Showtime Strickland, to show us what happened.
Saw a couple of cars off the pace there on timing and scoring, and that would be why they were going the wrong way. We're actually looking at 2 incidences here, and we're going to try and do this in one shot. Slow motion, if you will. Take a look here. You've got John Byron on the outside, Craig Tully on the inside. Craig Tully in the 5 machine, And there's 2 incidences here. So here's the first one. Okay, 3 incidents. I lied. There's the 90 and the 34. They kind of get into each other. The 93 and the 024 of Derek Gates in the background there, they kind of get into it as well. That was almost a kind of a reaction here. And then we're running 3 wide up here. Craig Tully, and then you see Mike Rhino and the number 90. The 90 is, who is the number 90? Craig Kenny. And there you can see just a couple of cars going in the same spot. Doesn't really work. Either in real life or in the simulations. And there you can see Bob Hutchins doing a little bit of dirt racing to avoid that. Did he make that through? Did he make that stick? He did. Oh, almost. Almost. Oh. Great driving there from Bob Hutchins in the 77. But late in the going here, and there you can see there's everybody else back here pretty much gathered it back up. So less than 10 laps to go, and it's all Dustyn Mombourquette up front.
Shootout time. Who wants to win Dylan's money?
What money? Where are they
Get your
that?
picks in. Let's do a little social media throw out as well. Who do you think is going to win?
I can tell you. I can tell you what money you can win. Them is being paid off for talking about vaccines on the radio by some people. How about that?
Say again.
I've been accused of being paid off to talk about vaccines on my radio station. So you can win that money if you want. I haven't seen it, but you can win it if you want.
I'm paid off just talking about Eastbound.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy. Vote now.
Do it.
Daily. Until April 27th. Vote daily.
I'm gonna finish watching the video once we're all done this, because I started it and it was some great scenic views of the Rock, and vote, help out a fellow racetrack, and you want to get some extra money towards the Rock, so let's help them out. But we got to finish up this race here in Nashville, and it looks like it will be about a 6 lap shootout, and it has been the Dustyn Mombourquette show so far. He has led every green flag lap off the get-go, winning the pole. Going to win himself a little extra money tonight for the Triple Crown, but will he win tonight's race? We're going to see here shortly once the pace car pulls off here, Mikey.
It's going to be interesting here as Ashton Tucker and Travis Roma also have a shot here. Keith McClellan now moving all the way up to the 5th spot, and look at that. Or Rational Richard in the 5th spot, and that is McClellan to the outside. So restart. We are back to green. Mombourquette has a huge shot out of the cannon as Suggs will reel him in, get to the back bumper. I don't think Belief possibly wrecking behind. A lot of smoke in the air, but Rational Richards behind, and there's Keith McClellan. He gets a shot from the 24 of Gates. Oh boy, we're going to need Paul on this one.
We need some brake pedals. We need to get a brake pedal sponsor, it looks like, because I use Zeus Marimba. We're going to have to take a look at this one from the blimp, because there was a lot of action going on here. We'll take a look at the Kong Beer Bong instant replay here, wrecking here with 5 laps to go, and it kind of started up front, and we're going to do this from the blimp. We're going to do it slow motion. We're going to try and catch it all here. You can see side by side up on the top left of your screen, Rational Richard Drake in the 141. Ashton Tucker up in the number 2, and looks like Tucker comes down across the nose here of the 141, gets sideways, kind of sort of corrects it. You can see they do the best they can, but then clips the 141, and 42 Mark Williams involved, John Byron, Danny Vitch. There you see Tant Woldridge, Derek Gates not knowing where the brake pedal is, comes in, T-bones the 30, crushes that Bud Light can. That Bud Light can's done. There you see the 67 of Wade Craswell. He's kind of weeding his way through the 41. Some big damage there as well, coming through and still wrecking after the wreck. Rational Richard Drake drives away. Bob Hutchins drives away. The 09, he drives away. And there you can see Tant Woldridge needed a little bit of clean racetrack to get that thing to grab a gear. But a lot of damaged cars, a lot of big hits here. It's just, guys, looks like they're just trying to find... almost Days of Thunder style, drive where the smoke is and hope the wreck isn't there, but the wreck was definitely there.
Now a green-white checker to finish off things, eh?
Shootout!
Yeah, brother.
He scores!
Time. Leafs win.
Triple threat.
3-way dance.
All right, all you fine folk on social media, let us know who's going to win. Who do you got? Caden Duff's now moving up into the P4 spot. A little bit of a dance here for P4 and back here. Is after that wreck, a lot of those top drivers that had a shot are now mid-pack.
Things been shook up some good here so far.
Few hands already exiting the server. Ashton Tucker is gone. Keith McClellan, Derek Gates still on pit road, but Tully, Gahan, Brandon Campbell, Cody Moorcraft, and Chris Roma, they exited earlier on. Chris Roma at the early part, 67 laps ago. So quite a few have now exited. 18 still vying here. Everybody except for Justin Robichaud are on the lead lap, but as we get this going, probably 2 will be on the board as the caution lights are still on. As the pace car sends them around 3 and 4 down the front stretch. We're going to be back to green flag racing with 2 to go as they now start to double them up. Fire in the hole.
No, things are going to be firing off real good here once our pace vehicle flies off the track. Mr. Triple Crown, Dustyn Mombourquette, is the leader. He's led every lap so far, going to lead over 75 laps as we're going in overtime territory. And Brett Suggs, he's in second. These are drivers who have already punched their ticket for the TCM All-Star Showcase. Dustyn Mombourquette has won 2 races so far this year. Brett Suggs is winless in this series, but can he change that tonight? Mombourquette, another fantastic restart. Green-white checkered here at Nashville Fairgrounds. And he'll dive into turn 1 a little bit in front of the 33 car. And it could be a chance now for the 33 to try and gain some momentum going down the backstretch like this drone view here on Vidane TV. To come to the white flag lap for Dustyn Mombourquette. 1 more in the air. Suggs is trying. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
No!
No way. No way.
Mombourquette is just pissed right now. But
oh
I have
my God,
no
he's
idea.
Probably throwing the keyboard.
Paul, take us back. Are you there? Are you okay? Okay.
We're okay. Tanton Wooldridge is upside down. We're going to take a quick peek here at this. That caution came out just before the white, so we are going to get another green flag, a green-white checkered attempt here, but there you can see Craswell and the 56 of Tanton Wooldridge getting a little bit tangled up here, and whew, there's a couple of flips. Those are a rough couple of hits. There's a 93 come plowing in. That's something. That is a massive hit there, and we're going to have to take a look at the onboard there of the 67 of Wade Craswell. You guys know the rules. Somebody goes upside down. We got to see what it looked like on the inside of that race car, and doesn't look like it wants to give me that view for some reason. So we won't watch that view. But yeah, a couple of hard hits, big flips here late in the going of this one, and that's going to set up a green-white checkered attempt, number 2.
Ooh,
oh,
baby.
Man.
Oh, what a rush.
Dustyn Mombourquette was about 2 feet away from ending this race. Unbelievable.
Should be a doozy.
Man, I can't believe our finish line right there.
Yeah, I don't know. Tim probably could have hung on just a little bit more, but anyways, we're going to
don't criticize Tim.
I'm going to get fired.
Don't you do it.
Don't you do it. But, building excitement here. 2 to go here. Will Mombourquette get it done here? Suggs now has had a glance at quite a few restarts here. Mombourquette not really holding off the field, kind of jumps into it right off the bat. So see what Suggs has for him and see if we can time it. It's very difficult to be on the outside on this restart, especially in the virtual world. Not like in the real race car where you can kind of have a bit of a better sense on your peripheral vision. So, but Suggs is wearing the virtual reality headset here tonight, so might be a little bit of an advantage for him on the outside.
And a friendly reminder, a programming note, next Wednesday, 8:30, it's championship night with the TCM Weekly iRacing Series here at Nashville Fairgrounds. 200 laps to find a champion and a winner in our last race. Champion coming into tonight, the point leader, Mike Alexander, nowhere to be found this evening, so we're going to have a little point shakeup before things are all said and done. We almost just ended this race a couple minutes ago with the first green-white checkered. We'll have to do it all over again. Another chance for Brett Suggs in the 33 to try and make something here. Green flag is back out, and now they all go right down into turn number 1. Will Suggs be able to do something on the outside, or will he try to crossover? Lays back a little bit, and Dustyn Mombourquette gets a 2-car length lead in front of the 33 car. Not much time to try and get something done. Will there be a yellow flag before he... Oh, my God. You gotta be kidding me.
Get out!
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Paul? Are you
Brakes?
Still wrecking. Oh, nope, they saved it. We're going to back this up one more time and take a look. Another handful of cars involved. We'll end this race eventually here. We're going to have to. We got to go off to Watkins Glen here next for the Fatheads Cup Series. But there you can see, well, there you saw on your screen as we rewind without the little graphic we usually put up there. Wrong button. But there you can see just that 29 Danny Vitch gets sent up into the wall there, comes back down in the Riley Duncan in the 29. Mike Rhino's there, right? Richard Drake there. Oof. Big shot there for John Byron in the 157. There's 41. I believe that's Goss in the 41. Jason Goss and Mike Rhino upside down. Lots of big hits here with 3 to go. And, well, we didn't quite hit that white flag mark, so I believe we're getting another green-white checkered.
Well, Riley
Oh, man, if I was Dustyn Mombourquette.
Quite a few drivers now exiting. I believe we're down to 16 drivers now. With Daniel Vitch on pit road, if he returns, we'll be down to 15 if he does not.
Oh, man, if I was Dustyn Mombourquette, I would be so angry right now. 2 times now. You're on the front stretch. Tim,
hey.
Tim's here. Man, oh, man, what's going on with the brakes?
Well, the end hasn't been great. You're talking about the brakes in the race cars. We don't control those. When iRacing scans these vehicles, they scan them with a functioning brake pedal. Apparently, in some of these race cars, it's not functioning tonight. If that's what you're getting at. Taylor Layton, Justin Robichaux, Riley Duncan DQ'd for incident points. We've got 5 more that are on the verge, and we got 2 more attempts at a green-white checker. The end hasn't been pretty. The middle was great. We had some great green flag racing in the middle. If we were to have a long green flag run to the end of this, I think those 2 up front will put on a show, but they're hopefully going to have 1 more attempt to do it.
Please. Well, there we go. There's the man himself, Tim, for putting this on and letting us know there's only 2 more attempts at the green-white checkered. And, yeah, you know, the brake thing is not meant to be a snide comment. It literally, these drivers are going full throttle, and they're not hitting the brakes. They're just trying to get as much as they can here.
There's a thing on YouTube called Send It.
Brother.
Lights are out. We're doubled up. We're going to get back to it. It's going to be Dustyn Mombourquette in the 16. Thanks for tuning in for the weekly series here in Nashville on the TCM special events. These guys have been really putting on a show this 2021 season, even all the way back to the Oxford series. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Will Mombourquette be able to hold on that hard charge in Brett Suggs? Suggs has tried to stay out on the outside and trying to use the bit of a bank here at Nashville, the kind of hard charge into the corner. So we'll see if we'll see that again. It's going to be Caden Tufts to the outside on the bumper of the 33, and it's Travis Roma on the inside of 2, and we are off to the races. 2 to go. Mombourquette gets out in front, and they are tight quarters back there. They are wrecking.
Oh, boy. Well, the way we're going, this may have to end under caution.
I don't know. We got 1 more shot, he said. Paul?
1 more shot. What's that term? Last chance for romance there. We're taking a look once again, we're actually going to pull the blimp view up here, see what went down, and we're going to focus it on the 157 of John Byron. He definitely got a piece of it because I'm seeing he did leave the server, so he may have actually gotten disqualified on the incident points. We've seen him involved in a couple of incidences there. It's actually the Roma machine, the 38, or is that the 83? No, that's the 38. Sends himself on around. We're actually going to back that up real quick here. Travis Roma, not usually seeing him pointed in the wrong direction, but there it is, right on the start. Him and Caden Tuff side by side, and a little front quarter panel into the rear quarter panel action there, and well, there you can see the calamity ensuing after the fact. A couple of cars getting really tore up, and another car driving in reverse without putting the brakes on. So scan that brake pedal. I'm pretty sure they work.
No.
They might.
Yes, bye.
Yes, bye.
Yes, bye. Hey, did you get that video I sent you of the linguistics test?
I love Linguini.
Linguini. All right, we're set to go one more time, and if it doesn't get going on this one, Dylan, we are going to finish this under caution. No fan wants to see that. We want to see the battle between the 16 and Brett Suggs, but look who is in row number 2. 2 Newfoundlanders. It's going to be Jason Goss, the firefighter from Torbay, on the inside, and my man, Bob Hutchins, the veteran from Bishop Falls, Newfoundland and Labrador, in the 77, managing to squeeze up to row number 2. Can the crafty guys from the Rock steal this away from Suggs and Mombourquette? We'll find out in just a moment.
Well, man, you never know. You never know. If Mombourquette and Suggs calamity into each other in one of the turns, that opens the door for a third and fourth. So very well could happen. I think the pace lights are still on the pace vehicle, so we'll have to go around one more time as we're setting the field. But, man, there you go. 2 opportunities, and a big opportunity for 2 drivers.
Well, everybody in Newfoundland right now is on the edge of their seat, cheering on Goss and Hutchins. The Americans cheering on Suggs, and everybody from Ontario that's tuned in cheering on the 16. But let's see what happens as the pace car will exit here. And looks like Suggs is kind of laying back just a little bit here and just trying to strategize. But lights are still on, and now they're going to double them up as Tim gets them set. Final shot at this now, Dylan. One more time. I believe that's a crazy tune from the 90s.
Dead headpins. Just one more time. Classic rock. Classic rock. I worked at the classic rock station.
I thought it was a techno song.
Maybe.
Wasn't that a Daft Punk song?
I don't know.
One more time. Celebrate.
I don't know.
Just one more time.
We're closing in on 10
celebrate.
o'clock here. We're closing in here on 10 o'clock in Nova Scotia, 10:30 Newfoundland. And 2 Newfoundlanders are in a position to maybe get a good finish here. Green flag is back in the air. One more, hopefully last chance to try and finish this up, or else it's going to have to end under caution. We can see a few cars getting scrambling, including Goss, and Goss just crooked, and he slams into the wall, causing a massive pileup on the backstretch, and there is another caution, and I don't want to say it right now, but it could be the end.
It looked like Hutchins was trying to give a push to Jason Goss. They were kind of in tandem. Mombourquette blocked the run from Brett Suggs. It was looking to build up to be an exciting final lap, but Paul, take us back. And I believe that was all Hutchins and Goss.
Yeah, we saw it happen kind of about 4th and 5th place on back. So we'll back this up and take a quick little look-see. Looks like the race is going to end under caution, unfortunately. Here, but here you can see right at the start of the race, taking a look. There's the pace car down there on pit road. The field kind of jumbled up there as the green flag comes out once again. Richard Drake shooting all the way down there on the bottom, and there you can see the 41 right in front of the 77. 77 tries to go up around the high side, and it looks like he just had a little bit too much steam, gets into the back. Kind of hit him square in the corner, but that's one of the no-nos you don't really can't really hit anybody in the corner there. He almost had it saved, Goss did, and kind of overcorrected just a little bit and came right up in front of the racing groove. So that's a tough break for the 41s. A couple other drivers involved here, but I believe that's going to end it here. We do have Tim up in the booth. Tim, where are we at?
This is the final attempt where we will try for a green-white checker finish. And I think this is a history-making event, Paul. We've had 5 green-white checkers programmed into these servers ever since we started during wave 1 of the pandemic. I think there was one race where we hit 4. I think this is the first race where we've gone 5. So this is the final attempt to try to put this thing to bed. It started out so well, but we'll see what we can do here and see who can finish up front.
Tim, why don't we just clear everybody out of the field and just let Dustyn and Brett go for it here?
I think what we're actually going to do is we're going to do the old Miramichi crossfire deal. We're going to park one half of the field on the front straightaway pointing towards turn 4, the other half pointing towards turn 1. We're going to throw the green flag, and whoever doesn't hit head on is going to win the race. I think that's the only thing we haven't done yet tonight.
Smashed potatoes. I like it.
Paul, that's coming up. You have the schedule probably in front of you, Paul. I think it's April 11th. Smashed Potatoes, Irwindale Figure 8, Sunday night before the Sim Racing Unleashed boys. So, Mike, that is coming up. It's a good thing you mentioned that.
And also something coming up, the big Daytona for the eastbound drivers, the 150, the final.
We're gonna chase some flags at Daytona, and then afterwards we're gonna chase 7 flags, and then we're gonna go to 5 flags and do some super racing.
7 flags in the logo.
There are 12 flags next week that we're going to chase. I don't know which one we're going to get. By the looks of this one, these guys all might get black flags before we get there.
I'd like to see a 2-car shootout. If we see another caution, I think you should park the rest of them and let the front row go at it here.
Be the idea.
Look at this. Richard, your pick.
I think you ran out of gas. I think drivers are running out of gas here, Mike, because of the green-white checkers. But the green is back out. This is the last chance. I'm telling you, the last chance, but it's an opportunity for Brett Suggs to try and make something. He's had 5 shots to try and pass Dustyn Mombourquette. If a caution comes out here, don't matter. It's the end of the race. Going down to the front stretch, and the white flag is out. A few cars have ran out of gas, including Rational Richard Drake. Will Brett Suggs be able to do something? He usually likes to race clean. Ooh, look how early Lucy is at turn 4. Going into turn 3 and 4, he's not going to be able to close in. Another Mr. Perfect night for Dustyn Mombourquette, winning this extra long 75-lap feature in Nashville.
Well, we both lost.
So we're running real darn. So we only have, if I can even talk, we may be only able to talk to Dustyn Mombourquette as Paul has a prior commitment to another racing series coming up. So congratulations to Dustyn Mombourquette. What a big win for him. And we'll get him in here real soon, and he's going to burn some rubber. And Mike, I'm wondering how he's feeling after being in first for that long with the extra green flag, extra green-white checkers.
He's had a couple wins under his belt, but he's definitely sweating some bullets here tonight because Suggs was wild. Mombourquette blocked that run to the high side there. He just didn't have just any driver on the side of him. Suggs has been dominant throughout this whole pandemic here in the TCM special events, and has not taken that big win just yet in 2021 with us. But he just didn't throw that bumper. He was a gentleman here tonight. I was hoping to see a little bit of a scrub, but we didn't see it. But Dustyn Mombourquette, he's in with us, Dylan. You got your winner.
I got the winner, and Dustyn Mombourquette collecting his 3rd TCM victory this season. You got a copy, my friend?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Holy Moses, how are you holding in after 5 green-white checkers to finally finish this off?
I don't know. A 75-lap race turned into a 100-lap race. I knew it's hard. It's really hard. I just knew I had to kind of hang on. Those green-white checkers almost kind of get in your head. You don't want to mess it up. You don't want to lose it just because of a bad restart or something. And Brett was right there. He raced me really clean. I can't thank him enough. But, those restarts really get to you.
At one point, Brett got under you, and I thought he would have been able to make the pass, but did you notice if his car just kind of fell off towards the end?
Honestly, I think he was a little bit better most of that race. I was just way too loose, just lacking a little bit of drive. But like I said, I really can't thank him enough for racing me clean for it and racing me straight up. It means a lot. It's respect.
And you've also won an extra $100 with the Triple Crown events. You won all three of them, Dustyn. How does that feel?
It definitely feels really, really good. I really can't thank everyone at Leduc Matthews Racing enough. They give me amazing race cars, and we worked so hard on the super late model program to make sure that we are as competitive as we can be, and I really just can't thank them enough.
There could be a chance you may be in contention to have a good points finish by next week. Do you think you can maybe squeeze in and maybe steal a championship victory?
It's going to be pretty hard. Brett's been really consistent all year, but I'm definitely going to give it a run. I'm going to try my best. I had a few bad races, and that kind of killed me, but I'm definitely going to try my best. We'll see what happens.
If not, go for the win. Dustyn, thank you very much. Congratulations. Another big win, and you certainly earned it with all the overtimes tonight.
Thank you to you guys and Tim for putting on too. I really appreciate it.
Dustyn Mombourquette from Ontario winning his third race here. And Mike, I know we're kind of running short on time. You want to chat with our second place finisher quickly?
Yeah, for sure. Suggs, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Bro, that was just brutal. Seeing you out there and just wanting to bite at the bit and take that win away. But props to you for keeping it clean. Take us through tonight and the final 5 green-white checkers.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. I was really confident in the car. That was the best setup I've brought all season. Shout out Ryco Motorsports. We've been picking up the speed, and it showed in a qualifying and race speed. But just unfortunate, the string of cautions after cautions. If I would have made a move when I had a chance when we were running green, I think we probably could have helped do it. But Dustyn ran a good race regardless. Even those restarts down. Just, wasn't able to get him tonight.
Yeah, there's a couple times I noticed that it looked like you were trying to make the outside work against him. It looked like he kind of pinched it to the top, almost up to the top of the marbles. Were you trying to look for the speed from the top, and how was the bottom working for you?
Yeah, I was trying to find anything I could. I mean, the car was really good pretty much anywhere I put it. Those last 20, 30 restarts we had, it felt like just all the heat cycles on the tires, it really, the car kind of went away. Once we got like 3 or 4 laps on it is when it started to pick back up. But just restarting on cold tires, I was way too tight center, and I wasn't able to cross under him. But setup was really good. Just going to make a small adjustment for next week, and we'll try to get him again.
Well, big championship night, and you're running for the championship once again. I've had some big, strong battles throughout the 2020 and 2021 season. Congratulations from all of us for your P2 finish, and looking forward to seeing what you have for us in the final race. Brett, before we let you go, anybody you want to thank for tonight for the podium finish?
Yeah, thanks, man. It was a hard-fought effort, but definitely a team effort. Shout out Ryco Motorsports for getting us some dialed setups, not only in the league races, but official races. We've been killing it. Also, the RBR boys, just working with them in these TCM events, and the Custom Matco, Lake Norman Power Cleaning, Brett Suggs Racing Marketing, Vidane TV, Tim for putting this on, just everybody behind the scenes that makes this deal happen.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is Brett Suggs, the 33 machine. A big night for him, and unfortunately could not take the big win away from Dustyn Mombourquette. But we'll be excited to see the big championship final next week. Tune in. Will Suggs take it home? Dylan.
Yeah, another fun night, and we got a big championship race coming up. And Tim, a little bit of a later night, and unfortunately, it was a little caution littered towards the end. But next week, man, we're gonna have an exciting championship battle.
Yeah, we are. It's going to be 15 minutes early, so tune in at 8:15 Atlantic. Hopefully, we don't have all those cautions that we had, and hopefully the 15 minutes gives us a little bit extra time. It's 200 laps. next week for the championship finale. Congratulations to Dustyn Mombourquette. Even if he doesn't come out with the championship, he made a bag load with the Triple Crown. Craig Kenny finished in third. He just remapped his wheel, so he's got Discord buttons not mapped. So hopefully we'll catch up with him at some point during qualifying next week, boys. But congratulations to the driver from Charlottetown coming home in position number 3 here tonight. But that's going to do it for us. TCM Live coming up on Monday. Tuesday is the Eastbound TCM double with the Eastbound 150 finale. And then on Wednesday, it's the TCM Weekly iRacing Series 200 Championship Night. That's going to do it for us. Thank you to Mike James and Dylan Langille and Paul Showtime Strickland. My name is Tim Terry. We'll see you next week when we say let's go racing. Until then, keep the hammer down. We'll see you at the track.